Mori ore te whānau, no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to the practice run. Your frontline pass to the heart of sports action. Brought to you by 99 Dreams, inspiring others to chase their dreams. With your hosts, Tuko Irangi and Rawiri. We're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL and Rugby League today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we've got you covered.
Strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, and the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit-up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win, experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, culture analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you informed, entertained, and part of our practice squad, because here every practice run takes us one step closer to glory.
The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play every episode, every day. We'd also like to give thanks to 99 Dreams for powering our passion. Now let's kick things off with today's lineup.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 51. And you know how we start off every episode. We start off with a little bit of paper, scissors, rock. We get into how week been. And then we're just going to go for a breakdown of this weekend's games that are yet to be played. And then we've made a slight adjustment to our TAB section at the end of this episode. So stay tuned for that. What is it? It's been renamed Big Plays and Paydays. So yeah, hopefully that kind of title gives away the vibe that we're going for with this new revamped TAB segment. Because you know what, I've lost every bit I've placed, so now I'm just turning it into a game. If I can still have fun with it somehow, I'm going to make the most of it, because I hate losing, and I hate losing my money. That's why I'm a terrible gambler. I give up too soon. Everyone's like, nah, you just won. You're one hit away from, maxing out on that jackpot. Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Anyway, but let's get into it, a little bit of paper, scissors, rock. So for those new to the channel, we start every episode with a little bit of paper, scissors, rock, just to get things going. We lost count at episode 2. And from then on, we've just been like, you know what? It's just fun to do. So we just do it anyway. So paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, and scissors beats paper. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And up. Ooh, I got him. Yep. I got him. You got me on episode 58. Yeah. Oh. Ratchet. That's a milestone win. Did you win on the first one too? I swear you won the first game too.
Yeah.
Ah,
but you've had
I
think you've had the longest winning streak. I swear you almost won for ages.
I think I had a month's worth of wins, but I need to hit that milestone win, G. You had the first win. You beat our first guest. Now you're the 50th. I got 51, but no one cares about 51. Sheesh.
I was committed.
That's rough.
I committed early on that one. I committed early last week, and it got me the dub. This one, I was like, "Yep, we're going here. We're either going to hit or we're not going to hit." Yep.
Dude, I was just letting the Modi take me there, and it just took me to scissors.
There it is.
Hey man, but how's the week been, and what are you up to this weekend?
Week's been long. It's been long, man. We just celebrated 1 year as a health coach, which was cool. Yeah, still feel like I've got a lot to learn in that role and a lot to give. And yeah, we're nearing the end of the 8-week challenge at the gym, which is I cannot wait till it's over. It's going to be good. At the party next week, and then still trying to train for this High Rocks, which is in a few weeks. So we're kind of on the go. Training hasn't been going too well. The body's kind of starting to catch up now, and it's not feeling as good as it should be. So I'm a little bit worried, but either way, we'll get it done, get through it. So it's pretty much been me. What am I up to this weekend? Not much. It's the end of the 8-week challenge. We have a showdown, which is like an event against the other teams on Saturday. Then Sunday is our last big High Rocks training session. So definitely not up to much. And then next week is just taper weekend, getting ready for the trip and all that. What about you, bro? What have you been up to?
Not me. That sounds Yeah, hectic, bro. I can see why you're tired, man. And we're in the middle of the year now, so it's like, damn, ship just be dragging on, and the days feel longer, shorter. Sorry, but it just feels like it's so long because it feels like you're waking up, the sun's just up, and then when you finish work, the sun's already gone. You're driving home in the dark. It's just depressing, man. Winter time, it is a sad, sad time for me, brother. It's just been, hectic with mahi. I've just sort of finished up that course that I was working on last week that we've rolled out. We've got over 400 students enrolled into this one course that we deliver over 3 different sessions. We've got a Wednesday time slot. We've got a Wednesday evening, a Wednesday lunch, and a Thursday evening. On top of our Te Ahu o Te Reo courses, which we roll out 4 levels of that, as well as our Ministry of Education course that we provide to them throughout 3 levels that also rolls out. So yeah, it's all go, but I'm also trying to work on like an alumni space. So a space for students when they finish our course, we can just bring them into this one central location and they can have access to those resources for the lifetime of their account. And that way we free up server space by deleting those courses that we're enrolling them in active courses. So look, man, it's been hectic. It's been hectic being the only in our digital team. But hey, we here, we're getting mahi done. I'm just looking forward to just a bit of R&R this weekend, man. I invested in a purchase. We might use it as our not sponsored tonight, the old PlayStation Portal, man. That thing is it's crazy, man. I love it. It's just high def and it's in your hands, and the controller feels exactly the same as your regular controller. It's just a little heavier.
Yeah.
It's a product, man. It's a product. I spend way too much time on college football, bro. I'm a starting quarterback for Michigan. I'm in my sophomore season. So I started as a junior, as a freshman. We made it to national champs. For some reason, we were up by a tutty, and the coach decides to run it. We lost ground. We're like 2nd and 13. Runs it again. Now we're 3rd and 16. I'm like, brother, let me pass the ball. Now we're running again. I'm like, gee. All right, sweet, whatever. It is what it is. And they call timeout. They get the ball back, run down the other side. Now they're up by 2 points. I'm like, the fuck? Come on, man. Let me pass the ball. So there's like minimal time left on the clock, and I pull off a miracle of a Hail Mary. It just was lucky that it come off. It was a pump fake to the under, and then I had a post route going over top, and it was only one single safety high, and the corner come in to cover the tight end when I pump fake shallow, and then he come across. I was like, he's got space. Let it. Flick it, and just as I got it off, I was getting sacked in the tackle, but my guy caught it and only had to run like a couple meters and get tackled over the goal line, and that was a tutty for national champs. And get this, not even running for Heisman. I'm not even in the running for Heisman, man. You know why? Because even in my 2nd season, coach still want to run the ball. Man.
Yeah.
I'm here. I got like a 5 touchdown game, and the fucking running back gets the player of the game with his 160 run meters, man. I'm like, brother, get me out of the system. I'm leaving Michigan at the end of the season. I'm going somewhere like hopefully if we win this season, I'll have won 2 national championships. So that's enough championships. Let me get that Heisman. Let me get out of there. You know what I mean? We're going pro. Wait till Madden 25 comes out. We're going pro.
Oh, that's cool, man. That is cool.
Highly recommend it, brother. You'll waste so much time in that game. But we'll get into wait on. Before I forget, just want to give a huge mihi out to our sisters, the Wahine Tour of New Zealand Rugby. They just showed that they are, just worlds above the rest of the teams by claiming back-to-back gold medals at the France Olympics. I don't know what the final score was. I was asleep when the game happened. I woke up to highlights, to huckers, and to posts, man. And all I know is that they are some boss Wahine, and, They've done their country proud. Just on the grandest stage of them all, they come up with the big one, gold medal. And for a lot of them, it was their final ride. So shout out to those who are finishing up with the Black Ferns. But man, what an unforgettable journey for those few wahine that managed to win golds, man, because that's a huge accomplishment. So huge mihi out to them. Far out. They did a lot better than Altani, who eliminated in game 1.
Girls are just they're so dominant. Such a dominant team. They've been together for so long, been through it all. I would have been really surprised if they didn't win that one. Too good, too close.
But you know, like Canada had the whole drone incident, so they kind of knew everyone's place. They've been droning the practices, man, and they still can't win. Hell's that?
Look, sometimes, you can do all the cheating you want, but when the team's just that much better, it just doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, man. Michaela Blythe was on another level this series, man. I was watching some of her highlights, bruh. I would hate to go up against her, man. Like, not only would, 1, if I'm trying to catch her, good luck, but 2, she's got that, like, tenacious aggression that when she coming at you, bro, she gonna drive you back and get over the ball for a turnover. She's crazy. One of the best, but one of the best to ever do it has to be Portia Woodman, man. She's phenomenal. Amazing talent. She'll be missed in rugby, wherever she goes next. I heard she hinted that she's not giving up the round ball or the oval ball, so surely she comes over to the dark side and dabbles in a bit of NRLW. Could you imagine? Oh, maybe next year, stay in New Zealand, play for the Warriors.
Ooh.
Could be a go. Or she could link up with any one of the other sisters playing in the NRL. They've got Tyler King over there at the Dragons. They've got Gail and Stacey Walker over at the Broncos. Oh, man, her at the Broncos, deadly. Who else is in the NRL? Oh, Niall Williams at the Titans.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so, she's got plenty of whānau in the NRL, so her talents would be definitely suited. She could be like a to'o. Bruh. Her skill set, man, I reckon would be deadly in the NRLW. Like, it's just that added level of professionality that I think the game would benefit from. Because I feel like NRLW is just bounds above, what is the Opiki? The women's Super Rugby comp here in New Zealand. I feel like NRLW is just much, much more classier than what the rugby competition is here. But, it's still in its infancy, and I'm not trashing any of the players in the New Zealand comp. I just think that the comp itself, the organisers, need to do a lot better at promoting the game on a higher level, and just, get a lot more people behind the wahine, because, man, they got some crazy talent, and I feel like they're being wasted at rugby. Come over to NRL, girls. You'll carve up. And the Kiwis, we need some more players so that we can get our girls over to Las Vegas instead of England and Australia. But let's dive into this weekend's game. We'll kick off with the Tigers and Cowboys. It's over to you, brother.
Yes, Thursdays is always reserved for, as you know, Thursday bangers. But I don't know about this one, as we have the last place West Tigers hosting the 6th place Cowboys. This game is at Leichhardt Oval, the spiritual home of the Tigers. And to be honest with you, this game just doesn't read banger to me. You know what I mean? So, a little bit disappointed in that, not gonna lie. But this is a great opportunity for the Cowboys to push ahead and to hold on to their spot at the 8, if not march forward. Okay, they need to take advantage of this opportunity to face the West Tigers and put on a good performance. Because as it currently stands, I mean, they're in 6th place, but I don't think they have the best for and against. Their for and against is only 11 in the positive. They're currently even with my Bulldogs and the Sea Eagles have the bye as well. So they're going to jump from 25 to 27. So this is a big game for the Cowboys, and they have to capitalize on this opportunity. For the West Tigers, I mean, it just doesn't get any better. You're just hoping now for next year to come around. I mean, John Bateman's been put on loan into the Super League. I don't know what's happening there. You had your superstar prop just tell the club that he's leaving. He might be coming to the Bulldogs, or maybe it's Storm. I think it's between the Storm and my Bulldogs. That's what I've been hearing. And I think he should listen to his wife because his family's in Sydney. So he should just come on over to the Bulldogs and make his wife happy. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. So, she knows what she's talking about, that one. Keep her on, I think. But, yeah, I think this game's pretty clear-cut. Well, for me it is. And that's backed up by what the TAB is saying. TAB's got the North Queensland Cowboys favourites for at $1.33 with the West Tigers at $3.35. I'm going to back the Cowboys. I've got them winning by 13 plus, which again, the TAB's only got that at $2.25. So they also fancy a hiding here. The West Tigers, Luai and Taruva cannot get there soon enough. But one thing I am glad is that we finally get to see this young buck. The young bucks and the halves. Galvin and Latufainu. I've got big reps on Latufainu. Big fan of him. In the limited minutes that I've seen, I think he can be like that Dylan Walker, like ball playing lock style, coming off the bench. But this starting half was named last week, and they made the last minute switch to have Uppy play 7. So Latu got shifted to the bench. And with the number 14, what's his name? Da Silva. I think it's going to happen again. Honestly, your season's already fucking over, mate. You're paying this Latufanu guy $500,000. He's on 500,000. The Fainu boys, both of them. I don't know if the older one is, but I know the second rower, where is he? Samuela and Latu are both on 500,000. So play him. Get this young halves finally cracking. Get them playing together. Just keep Uppy at 9. He's already going to control the team anyway. He can control it from 9. He doesn't have to do it at 7. Just let these young boys play. So I'm hoping that they do, and I'm interested to see what he can do. But it's not going to matter because they're going to get pumped anyway. Final score, if I had to give it to, I'm going to go Cowboys. Let's go 36 to the Tigers. 12. I'll give them 2 tries. But that's pretty much all I got for your Thursday. Probably not going to be a banger game. I'll hand it over to you for what's happening on Friday night.
Yeah, well, hey, man, if it's going to be a Thursday night banger, I reckon low-key, man, Tigers on the unders, might as well. The underdog, $3.35. Lazy $10 on that, man. Tigers, if it's going to be a Thursday night banger, Tigers will have to win. Otherwise, it's just a regular ass game that they put on a Thursday. But look, we're going to head over now to Go Media Stadium up there in Auckland, 8 p.m. on Friday, the 2nd of August. They host the Parramatta Eels. Parramatta Eels, season's done. Warriors, you're living in the hypotheticals. Come on, Whānau. What do we call that? The bandwagon is almost out of gas, brothers. Well, we got to ride it till the wheels fall off, or we got to hope that there's a big hill coming that we can just chuck it in neutral and coast, because it's not looking good at the whānau. It's not looking good. All the mana waves in the world can wave goodbye to the playoffs. But anyway, let's go and check out some of the teams. Well, look, big news coming out of Parramatta. Was it yesterday? I'm pretty sure it was yesterday or the day before. Blaze Talangi, his services will no longer be in Parramatta. He said he would rather walk than play for this team again. And walk he will to greener pastures. Potentially, what do we call it? Blacker pastures. Or Blacker Panthers, they say. There's rumours that Blaze Talangi wants to go and fill the spot of, what is his name? Taylor May. Yeah, Blaze Talangi looking to head over to the Penrith Panthers next year. That's a big storyline coming out of this game. Man, you know they gave up on the experiment when you got Moala Graham Tofa, who doesn't even have a profile pic, coming in to replace Roger in the centre and the Cuzzies out there on the wing. I think, though, this is a must-play really, really well game for Chance Nickel-Klotstad after Roger's 2-game stint in that number 1 jersey, because that 2-game stint in that 1 jersey were they were phenomenal for Roger. You know, it looked like home for him. He looked like the captain back in form. He didn't look lost. He didn't look frustrated trying to get something going. It just looked natural. And Chance, I think you're only just holding on to that because the coach is loyal to you, that jumper. So I'm expecting a big game from Chance Nickel-Klotstad this weekend. If not scoring-wise, I just think he'll be everywhere. He'll be there making the assists, the line breaks, and he'll be big on defense. I know Roger's not putting any pressure on him in terms of his ahua, but his performances, there's a lot of pressure riding on this. Just I know there'll be a lot of fans saying, well, how come Chance is there? He can't even do this, this, and this. Roger should be that number 1, like they were screaming for early on in the season. And, you know, it only gets worse when you get to see the man in action at fullback. We also get to see Matua Sean Johnson back in action this week. If you don't know, he's got a podcast out at the moment where they talk all things sports, him and Brooke Rusco. Maybe go check that out because I'm pretty sure he gives a clearer answer on whether or not he's returning to the Warriors next season. He's turned down a lot of offers from other clubs because he doesn't want to go overseas. Like, it's either the Warriors or that's it for him. He wants to really win a championship with the Warriors. That's his only goal. You know, being a Kiwi boy, growing up here, that's all you want to do, really, is see the Warriors win, if you're delusional. If you're realistic, you would have given up on them a long time ago and joined another team. I'm a Broncos, he's a Bulldog, you know. It is what it is. I mean, we even had Vince on the show, and even he doesn't like the Warriors. And that's saying something. If you can pick the Tigers over the Warriors, damn. The Warriors forward pack, you'd probably look to them to have a big game, put those the back 5 on the front foot, and you know, get the halves just creating some magic. We do want to see a bit of run game from Sean Johnson, a bit of Sean magic, something that had him in the running for Dally M last week if they are to win this game. But how do we say that, man?
Here we go. Finally. Here's the moment we've been waiting for.
Is that Daijan? Like Arijan? Daijan.
What are you talking about? Who are you talking about? What team?
Parramatta Eels.
Dejan Arce.
Is that? That's not how you spell it's Daijan.
Bro, he played for the Waz, didn't he?
I don't know.
I swear he did. He's played for a few teams. Yeah, Dejan Arce, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we got Benjamin's Fanonga, Dimitrik.
Yeah.
True. You want a Benja's Fanonga, Dimitrik? See, fuck yo. Gee, that's what his name looks like. Sifakula.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that sounds like a swear word.
Yeah.
Oh, leka halasima. Anyways, the TAB has the Parramatta Eels as the outside bet at $4.25, with the New Zealand Warriors being the favourite, being at home and having a little bit of form. They are at $1.22. If you're a bit of a punter, I reckon you could go for a $4.25 because I don't think Sean Johnson has won in the Warriors jersey since before Anzac Day, I think. Was the last time Sean Johnson won this year, playing for the Warriors. Interesting stat. because they went on that massive losing streak.
Yeah.
He got injured. He comes back, and then they go on another losing streak, and then he gets injured, and they win a game. So if you're a betting man, if you're a gambling man, go for the Parramatta Eels outside bet. It could turn out to be a lucrative offer. However, Warriors at home, hard to beat at home, especially when it's a sold-out crowd and everyone's out there doing the mana wave instead of the Mexican wave. So if you're out and about and you do have tickets, make sure to get along to the game. It will be a doozy. That's all from me. What are your bets based off of the TAB for this game before moving on to the Dolphins and Roosters?
I've just gone with the classic head-to-head with the Wars taking it. I've actually got them winning between a margin of 1 to 12. That's paying $3.20. I think they can get it done, but I have a funny feeling the Eels might keep it close. But as long as they got that coach there, I'm never picking the Eels. So I'm going to go with the Wars. And that's enough about that game because we're moving on to the last game, the second game of your double Friday night double. It is the Dolphins currently in 8th, hosting the Roosters, who are currently 3rd. And this one is being played at HBF Park in Perth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they play at some weird stadiums. Like, when do they ever play at their home stadium? Because it seems like a lot of games they take the Suncorp. They play with you guys. Yeah. And now we're playing in Perth. Up to. I don't even understand that. Well, maybe they think moving to Perth they can change their favour. I mean, they got the... No, everyone thought they were going to win last week. And then they choked it in the second half thanks to that magical spray by Desi Hasler. And the Dolphins' season is quickly unravelling. They're now in 8th place, and I've got them as the favourites to drop out of the 8th. And it doesn't help that they are facing a Roosters team with their superstar Joey Manu coming back. And it looks like this backline of the Roosters is their full strength. It's their full strength backline. You got Teddy, who's looking like one of the front runners to win Dally M. Tupou, who just signed 2-year extension. Dominic Young, he's Mr. Hit and Miss. But when he's on, they're just hard to beat. He really is the X factor for me. So Ali'i, Eddie Manu in the centres, and then Kerry and Walker. That, honestly, there's not many backlines that are better than that. Like, if you just go player for player. And they are clicking. And I'm looking at their front row as well. You could make the argument this is the first time that they got everyone. No Jared.
Oh, they're just missing out Uncle, yeah.
Yeah, but he might be the only one missing.
I think so.
That's crazy. Well, that spells only trouble for the Dolphins, because I don't know where they go to. Wayne Bennett's already half foot out the door. You may as well give the reins to Christian Wolf now, who's going to be their coach. Looks like you've lost Tavita Pangai Jr. to South, which I foreshadowed in the GM mode. I knew he'd be out there because he's a poser and a tosser anyway. Hope he goes back to boxing and gets knocked out again. And offload some more money, you prick. But the Dolphins, settled team, I just don't know where they go. You had all the momentum last week on the front foot, and then that second half you just let it slip. And this Rooster team are finishing fast, and they're trying to gear up. I'm wondering if they think they can sneak in second. It's going to be hard because they are 4 points behind the Panthers. But they also need to keep winning because the Sharks, they're even on points with the Sharks, but they got the way better differential. We're talking like a 100-point lead on the Sharks here. But that's not going to matter if, the Roosters lose and the Sharks win. Right? So they kind of need to keep winning just to keep the Sharks at bay. Although the question begs, who would they rather face in that first round of the playoffs? The Panthers or the Storm? It's going to be crazy because they seem to lose to both of them. Yeah. They seem to get smacked by both of them. So, interesting. Do they start playing the mathematical game? Who knows? But other than that, I don't really have much for you. I just think the Roosters are on another level. The Dolphins are sliding, so that's where I'm rolling with. And the NRL's kind of siding with that as well. Because you can't even call this a home game. It's in Perth.
Yeah, nah.
Like, what?
This is both away game.
And you wonder why TB have the Roosters at $1.28. I feel as though at least if it was in Queensland, that'd be like $1.35. Dolphins paying $3.75. I think the bet I've gone for is the Roosters again to win in a hiding. The TAB is paying $2.05 for the Roosters to win by 13 plus. I feel as though there's going to be a lot of tries scored by anyone and everyone in that Roosters team. If I had to give you a final score, I'm going to go Roosters. Man, they might put 40 on them. I'm going to go 40 to the Dolphins 10. I really think this could get scary for the Dolphins and be the start of the end of their season. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. If you got anything to add to this game, brother, feel free to do so, or else you can move on to your team.
Yeah, I'll just give my take on the TAB. Yeah, they've got them at $1.28 to $3.75 straight in the head-to-head. Yeah, I think the only way to make some money off that game is to go 13 plus with the Roosters. Over to 5 o'clock Saturday. At Seabass Super Stadium in the Gold Coast, what are we calling them? I think the Titans would be in a much better position if they didn't start off 5-0 at the start of the season. If they didn't drop those first 5 games, they'd be in a much better position. And they wouldn't be fighting for, 13th place with the Broncos right now. They'd probably be outside the 8, just looking in, having a chance to get into the top 8. It's a bit of hard luck there, but it's good. What's the word I'm looking for? It's good to see that they've evolved and developed over the season. They've gotten better than where they started. They had a rough start to the season, and they've just been coached to a position where they look competitive. Obviously, they're not going to make the 8, but at least they're there to kind of force an upset here and there. Like, you can't really look at the Titans and go, oh, yeah, nah, that's going to be an easy game. Broncos 13 plus. It's a game where teams kind of have to look at the Titans and go, well, we got to make sure to turn up on the day and bring our A grade. And I think that all starts with Kieran Foran, just his leadership. I think it starts there in his defensive mindset, where he's like one of the best defensive halves in the comp. And then you've got some of the electrifying skills of Jaden Campbell and Keanu Kinney, just able to sort of break the line apart. And then you've got Alofiana Campbell, who is, like you said the other day, a finisher, man. He can either score individual tries or he can just dot that ball down. Warriors fans, you talk about Dallin Whitehead and Zelezniak, Alofiana Campbell, man. At least he can defend. You know what I mean? He's not a liability out there. As well as, the Titans forward pack, Moake Futuoka, Aaron Clark out there doing bits through the middle. And then you've got that big man, misses out on Origin, but he's not phased. He's still out there causing havoc, just running amok. And that's David Fafita, man. And I think he's going to be the man to watch, because I don't know if you watched that last game, Estefano, that the Broncos played, but they got exposed on the edges. Now, what better way to expose the edges than having David Fafita out there? So that's going to be one man to watch. I think he's the marquee man to watch. And look, pray to the gods above that they don't have 9-year Tino out there, because it would be a whole other story. But yeah, look, I think Kevy's come in too late with this Moser hype. Because we see Smoothie's not even in the bench anymore. He's relegated down to reserves there. But it's a little bit too late in the season for this Moser experiment to work. Like, I'm loving it, right? I'm enjoying seeing Blake Moser out there. But we were calling for him in round 10, 11, 12, I think Kevy's just a little bit too far behind the 8 ball here. He's starting to think of innovations too late in the season. The season's over for us. Like, what are we doing out here? You might as well give half the boys a rest. There's no point trying to play anymore. Like, we're risking Haas, Carrigan, Reynolds. You might as well rest them. Get them well rested. They're going to have an international stint with Australia at the end of the season. So let them rest up for that. Bleed in the new ones. Let them learn. Like, it's going to be tough. But get used to it. Because as long as Kevy's there, this is just a feeling we're going to have to get used to. What it's like to lose. And yeah, like we saw last week, he struggled against Seraldo, and he's definitely going to struggle against Hasler, man. So yeah, at least Kevy probably got a few wins against Des in their playing days and their coaching days. It doesn't look too bright. TAB's got the Broncos as the favourite. Interesting. As a Bronco fan, I've got the Titans as a favourite. So for 235, it's not a bad bet. And, I think I've only picked one favourite so far. That was the Roosters. So this could be the round of quote-unquote upsets. But I feel like Gold Coast Titans at home, they put 60 on the Warriors at home. And I feel like currently the Warriors are playing a lot better than the Broncos. So I'm scared of what the Titans can put on the Broncos. I mean, how much did the 41 they put on us last weekend? That's a lot to recover from. Not that I've lost faith in this team. I'm always going to be a Broncos fan, but I've lost faith in the coach. And no matter whether or not they win or lose this week, I'm not convinced that Kevy is the right man for the job moving forward. I feel like we should be putting an ad hire out on Seek and find us a good coach before the season ends, because, I don't know where we're going to find a good coach from. Someone who wants a challenge, because on paper, man, we ain't 13th. We ain't 13th ranked, man. That's just terrible. Are there any coaches available?
For the right price, there's always someone available.
Yeah. But I feel like no one really is coming out to go, I'm keen. Because, I mean, even our assistant coach, I think both our assistant coaches are buggering off to Super League at the end of the season. Yeah. Cartwright and the other one. One's off to St. Helens, the other one's off to Warrington, I think.
There's a couple in waiting. I think Josh Hannay, he's a good coach. And then you've got the one who's assisting Benji, I believe at the West Tigers. He was the coach of the Sharks before Fitzgibbon went there. I forget his name, but I really liked him.
Is that John Morris?
Yeah. He was good. He took them to the playoffs. It's just Ishte was just injured. He had his Achilles, and I thought Ishte was going to win Dally M that year. He was just on fire.
Man.
It was just ridiculous in that Achilles hip. So I think those are two that come to mind. One of our assistant coaches, forget his name, but he used to coach the Bears, I think, before he came over. He's someone that I think you could look at. Or even Mick Potter. He was amazing for us when in their transition between Trent Barrett and Seraldo. He kind of just let the boys loose. So there's always a few options. It's just whether, they want it, pretty much, which I think if you're a coach, why would you not want to coach this team? You got some exciting players. You got a cream of the crop forward pack.
I think the only issue with coaching the Broncos is it's very much like the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, if you come in, you're expected to win. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, you hear it from the fans, man. It's like me, man. I've been blasting him all season long.
Yes.
And so you got to have thick skin, and you got to be able to produce results quickly. So that's the only issue with these new coaches coming in. But yeah, like you say, there's potential. So hopefully, we can find the right coach. But yeah, what's your predictions at the TAB? Who are you picking before you move on?
I've gone with the upset. I picked the Titans to win a close one. So the winning margin for me is between 1 to 12. It's paying $3.60. Yeah, I just think they can get it done. I think your season's it's a little bit too late, like you said. And it's a derby. I feel as though the Titans will get up for it no matter what. And yeah, that might prove to be the difference. But that's all I got for you on that game. We're now moving on to the second game of your Super Saturday. And it is the ladder leading Storm hosting at AMI Park, Melbourne. And they are hosting the Dragons, who are in 10th spot. To be honest, man, this round in general seems like a lot of what I feel are predictable games. Although we've had this happen before. I can't remember what week it was, but I vividly remember there was a week where I was like, oh, you could almost just pick everyone quite comfortably. And in that round, I swear there were like 3 or 4 upsets. So it just goes to show you never know.
That was round 1.
Round 1's a toss-up. You just never know. You might as well flip a coin for each game. We're in that, what do you call it? The last third? The last, whatever it is, word you used?
Oh, the thirdest, the thirdest part of the season.
The thirdest part of the season. Teams are more settled now. The combination's starting to work. Everyone's either gearing up for their trip to Bali or gearing up for the playoffs. And the Storm team, they're just on another level. I don't even think it matters who they play. And I do assume that they will get the job done. And obviously you got the return of Cameron Munster at 6. So, I mean, I'm even looking at their backline. It's not quite full strength, but still better than most. You got Pepe at fullback, Munster and Hughes in the halves. Grant Anderson, he has been balling out lately. And he's played everywhere. Wing, I think he's had a couple of games in the halves. Centre, you got our boy Jack Howarth holding it down. You got Nick Meaney there. I mean, Whaolongo can't even crack the 17. And you got Wishart. He's claimed that 14th spot, and he's just been excellent. Starring in their role, which is what I feel, is the characteristics of a Storm player. You get your role, you do it, you do your job. I mean, Jack Howarth has been so good. That news coming out of the Storm, I think it was yesterday, a couple of days ago, Remus Smith has been released. And he is heading to Super League. I don't know where. If you pay attention to our GM mode on Monday, he might be making an appearance pretty quickly. And in an alternate universe, he might not be going to the Super League. But he definitely won't be on the Storm, I can tell you that much. Moving over to the Dragons. I mean, Sloan got dropped. Killed at the New South Wales Cup, so now he's back. Zach Lomax. Well, I mean, there's just no way that he doesn't win Player of the Year for them, right? No way.
He has to.
He's been that good. It's ridiculous. But news coming out of Dragons with the news of what's happening to Valentine Holmes. He has been given permission to sign with another club if he can get a deal. Dragons set to pounce, and with Zach Lomax leaving, they need a kicker. They need someone with rep experience, a championship winner. He fits the mold. But it might be, does he come in at centre, winger, or does he go to fullback? Tried it once before when he came back from the NFL to the Cowboys. That's why he got the $1 million deal. Hasn't quite worked out. He's turned himself into a quality centre. But maybe, just maybe, he might be making another shift back to fullback. But honestly, getting back to this game, I just can't see a world where the Storm team loses. Not with how good Hughes has been playing. Grant Anderson's been playing. Their forward pack's solid. You got Harry Grant controlling the ruck, their bench. I can't see it. And to back that up, the TAB can't see it as well. The Melbourne Storm are paying $1.12 to win. Or why would you even put money on the Storm? That should just save your money. St. George of the Royal paying $6.50. I got them winning by a lot. And because it's a lot, I actually got a few people scoring tries. So this one, I've actually gone a slightly different route. I've gone with 3 anytime try scorers. We're going with Pep. Surely he's good to get one. And then the 2 wingers, Warbrick and Anderson. What is that when you put it together? I had it here before. So for those 3 to score, it looks like the odds are $4.30. So even the TAB knows it's going to happen pretty much. Chuck a little $10 bet on there, Fano. But I've got the Storm winning in the big one. I'm thinking not quite 50, but I'm going to go 42 to the Illawarra Dragons. I'll give them 1 try. 6 points, and that's only because they've got Zach Lomax. If he wasn't there, I would really highly consider a whitewash. But that is that game, and that is my TAB bet. If you've got anything to add, bro, feel free to add it. If not,
yeah, I've got the TAB odds, and there's not really any point putting money on the Storm, but $1.12 is $1.12, man. You can't go past that. It's a Storm over the Dragons easily. Over to Saturday night, you got the Bunnies versus the Sharks. The return of Cameron Murray is the big storyline here, and can Cam help the Bunnies get back to some winning ways? Can the return of Cam get Keon Kolomatangi over the line? I think so. So that's what we're hoping for. We've got injured, what's his name? Ronaldo Mulitalo. So Samuel Rocky Road is on the wing this week. Sweet as Bella. Bruh, his name is just Triple S. Barzy. Imagine if his name was like Ronaldo Rocky Road. Yeah. Or Lewis Leaky Lane. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's his name due back? That Palangi fella.
which one for who?
The Sharks, the halfback.
Hines?
Yeah.
I thought he's out till maybe the playoffs.
Oh, damn. That's ages. Arch. Okay, well, yep, he's out for ages then. Let's get Nephi in there. That's a Skuck's name. Oh, his son got dropped there. Oh, went from go son to no son. Oh, Reddies. Oh no, Amadeus got dropped as well. No love. Oh, Saliva's back in the team. Saliva Hawaii. Let's go. And Mike Myers' cousin. True. Well, anyway, the TAB has the Sharks as a heavy favourite. They're paying $1.30 to South $3.60. Look, I've been a gambling man this episode, apparently, according to TAB odds. But I'm going to go with, I think the Bunnies can steal one here. They've got Cam Murray back. And Cam Murray's a big part of this machine. Some quick play the balls. No cookie there, just running off his ass, going boom, like a little rabbit. Yeah, $3.60, Fano. Chuck that on. What do you reckon, brother? What odds work in your favour?
I've gone the same way as you. I've gone with the Rabbitohs to win. Mainly because I need the Sharks to lose. Obviously, I want my Bulldogs to make the top 4. So every time the Shark plays, I'm going to bet against them. And that's the way I've gone. I hope they can get it done. That halves combo of Whiten and Walker. I know they're missing AJ, but it is what it is. Hopefully they can get the job done.
Sure. Well, now over to Sunday, 4 p.m. Penrith Panthers taking on the Newcastle Knights at Bluebet Stadium in Penrith. We have Isaiah Hongi jumping on at fullback for the Bars because Copley not there this week. Still no Dylan Edwards. The time frame on his return is next week or the week after, I'm pretty sure. Is that what we're looking at for Matua Edwards?
Yes,
Sure.
I think that's what I read. Yeah, a couple more weeks to go. He'll be back. He's fine.
And what about Bradman? How long until he's back? Or is that him done for the season? Do we know?
I think it's dependent on how their results go. If they got a chance to make the playoffs, they might bring him back early. But if they don't have a chance, you may as well just rest him, man.
Oh, Trent Tolo on the bench. Let's go. Oh, it's probably the worst I've pronounced that island name all this season. But Tolo was too hard to not. Look at it, Tolo. Cleary, Luai, To'o, Taruva, Yo. Do you need to say more? Like, just those names, man. Those names alone, bruh, are just... You know what you're going to get with them. It's consistency. It's relentless aggression. You know, they're always going to be attacking. They're never going to let the foot off the gas. And if they do, it's because they've made the mistake. Not because you're getting better. Not because your game plan is working against theirs. It's just because they just got tired. They let the foot off the gas. However, it might only last 10, 15 minutes. They're going to swing that momentum back their way and come away with the victory. Why? Because it's what Penrith do. It's what they're so good at. They're so good at controlling the momentum. We say it's so hard to, get that momentum to shift back. Well, somehow Penrith Panthers have the recipe for swinging that momentum because they can almost always swing that momentum back their way. Whether it comes from a hard carry from one of their back five, whether it comes from a big deep kick from Nathan Cleary, or whether it comes from one of their hard-hitting forwards, a big rib tickler from Liam Martin or bloody Moses Leota, they're always difficult ones to sort of handle. What's interesting here is that with Jackson Hastings being dropped from the side, they didn't even try to bring back Will Price. They've gone with Tyson Gamble, Phoenix Crossland. I feel like both those changes are very dramatic and change the team's landscape quite severely. And because of this, I'm going with the Panthers. $1.13 to damn $6.20. Well, $6.20. It looks great on paper, but so do the Broncos. And for that reason, I'm going with the Panthers, $1.13. Damn, $6.20. Arch, what do you think, bro? What's your thoughts on this game, the TAB?
I feel with those odds, it's just a waste of time betting on the winner. So I've gone with who I think's going to score tries. And we've gone with the winger, Taruva, and the young buck at fullback, Isaiah. How do you say his last name?
Hongi. Oyung. We'll see. Hongi just works better, but I think it's Yongi.
I thought it was Longy.
Nah, that's an I, brother.
Is that an I?
Yeah, well, look at the I in front of the other one.
True that. Wow.
And look at Dylan Lucas. That's an L. Yeah.
Well, I've gone with him anyway. His name was
Isaiah Long. Gee.
And what I think will be a dominant game from Penrith Panthers. You said it. That spine alone will do it. But that's enough of that game because we are moving on to the final game of round 22. It is, of course, my Bulldogs returning to our spiritual home ground at Balmore Sports Ground in Sydney, where we're playing host to the Green Machine, the Canberra Raiders. And what is shaping up to what could well be the game of the round, with both teams got a lot to play for. My Bulldogs hoping to sneak into the top 4, and the Raiders hoping to get into their top 8. And this game is headlined by the return of 2 key figures for the Bulldogs. We have Captain Stephen Crichton slotting back in at centre. And we have the return of the superstar winger Josh Addo-Carr. Unfortunately, that means the 2 players to miss out is Blake Wilson and Jarrell Skelton. A bit tough, considering he cracked the 300-meter club on the wing, and he can't even hold a spot. But I think that just goes to show the depth of our team, which is a good thing. Because honestly, this back line, I'd say is our full-strength back line. Yep. Tracy fullback, Perez Edokar the wing, Cherry Critter centre, Matt Burden, and Toby Sexton, who I'm telling you, man, we need to sign this dude. If he keeps on the form that he's going, another team's going to snap him up. Because I'm pretty sure his contract ends at the end of this year. We need to re-sign him. I'm all in on him being the 7 for this team. Let him grow with Burden. Let him grow with Tracy. Let him grow with Reed. He's coming into his own and he seems to be getting better with every game. So I hope he stays. I hope we get the job done. And obviously our forward packs is always going to be a little bit short. Max King out. But the rest of the team is looking the same. And our interchange, which somehow still seems to be working for us, even though they are small and tiny in comparison to the other teams. But hey, it works. You know, we're playing to our strength, which is our defense, holding teams down, winning the field, battle of the field position, and then going from there. But let's not take anything away because the Raiders, they've had our number for a number of seasons now. I actually can't remember the last time we beat them. It's been a while. They beat us at Magic Round, which was annoying. I think they clean swept us the year before that, and then they clean swept us the year before that. But Serrato's different. Hopefully come up with a game plan that gets us over the line like he did against the Broncos. But it isn't going to be easy. The Raiders do have a shot, and their team is just as classy with Fogarty back. They seem to be a different team. Their forward pack is always one of the better ones in the league. And yes, and that is reflected in the TAB. Well, actually, no, it's not. Bulldogs are favourite, as they should be. I think they deserve. They are favoured at $1.38. The Raiders are paying $3.05 for the win. I think it's going to be a close one, but I like to think our boys are on a roll. A defining win last week. We have to build on that. We have games that are winnable, and we need to win this one. We need to start making a claim for that top 4, and it starts on Sunday, and it starts at Balmore. They're going to have the crowd behind them. That crowd's going to go crazy for them. So they need to put on a show, and I have full faith that they will. I've gone with my Bulldogs to win this one. It's one of the few bets this week that I've just gone with the head-to-head. So I've gone with the Canterbury, my team to win. And what I think will be a scary one, I think it will be close. If I had to give you a final score, I'm going to go the Bulldogs 20 and the Raiders are going to score what we've been holding other teams to, 16. Final score. If you have anything to add, bro, feel free to.
Yeah, G. Look, Bulldogs running hot, man. They're running hot. And the TAB don't lie on this one. But $1.38? $1.38, man? I'm going to need more than that to be enticed by that. So, look, I'm a gambling man. If the Raiders can cause an upset, your boy will get a payout. But I doubt they will. The TAB is fair to put it at $1.38. It's just, you can't make money on $1.38. So, personally, I think the Bulldogs will win. Financially, I hope the Raiders win. So that's the answer there. I'm going on the TAB wise on the Raiders there. Now, look, at the beginning of the show, we said we've got a new-ish segment. Well, we've revamped how we're doing this TAB. We're trying to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting because, losing, what round are we in? Like round 22, I lose like every week. So I've currently lost every game this season. I haven't picked nothing right. Even when I just go head to heads, I still lose. So I've gone with something a little bit different. So we're calling this Big Plays and Paydays, sponsored by Sony PlayStation Portal. Not actually sponsored by Sony PlayStation Portal, but for the segment it is. If you want to, play PlayStation on the go, buy yourself a PlayStation Portal in New Zealand. It only costs $370, and you can play PlayStation wherever you can connect to Wi-Fi. It's fun. It's compact. The quality of graphics on this thing is phenomenal, man. Like, I'm playing high def college football 25. It almost looks real. That's just the gameplay in itself looks real. So I'm looking forward to maybe playing some other games on here. If you got any suggestions, Itafano, let me know. But yeah, this segment, Big Plays and Paydays, is brought to you by, not actually brought to you by, Sony PlayStation Portal. So what I've gone for here, right, is try scorers in every game in both the NRL and the NRLW. However, we've now discovered that TAB has a max betting payout limit. They have a limit of $250,000. Anything that exceeds that, they do not allow it. So, ratchet. However, if it was to be allowed, my regular weekly $10 bet would have brought in $9,016,106.48 if everything had hit right. Wonderful that would be. I've also tried to look on other sites. Maybe Bet365 might let that happen, so we might look to change. But I'll read through these bets. I'm going to see if I can just put can I put 50 cents on it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I can, but the payout's still too much. It's still $450,000. So I'm going to have to cut some people off of this list and see where we end up. So maybe we'll just go with $1 bet. My try scorers are Lachlan Galvin, Kurt Capewell, James Tedesco, Blake Moser, Ryan Pappenhuisen, Keon Klomatangi, Nathan Cleary, Joseph Tarpin, Madison Bartlett, Jamie Chapman, Tiana Pinitani, Jessica Surgis, and Kimberly Hunt. Those are my try scorers for the weekend. So who should we get rid of? Do we drop Galvin from Thursday night? Probably don't need him. Oh, that already brings it down to 237. Do we just leave it at that then?
Leave it at that.
And that's only $1. So that's a bet we can place, man. We're not losing nothing. All right. There we go. So if all of that happens, if we get, where is it? It's just gone. If we get Kurt Capewell to score a try, James Tedesco, Madison Bartlett, Jamie Chapman, Blake Moser, Ryan Pappenhuisen, Keon Klomatangi, Tiana Pinitani, Jess Surgis, Nathan Cleary, Joey Tarpini, and Kimberly Hunt to all score tries, your boys are walking out of here with $237 off of a $1 bet.
That's crazy.
We could go to the grand final in person if that happens.
Ooh, wouldn't that be something?
That would be something, brother. That would be something. What have you got?
Well, I can't quite follow that up, but I've got my own little bets going here. Pretty much said them throughout the course of this potty tonight. But just to recap, we have the Cowboys to win by 13 plus, the Wires to win between 1 to 12, Roosters to win 13 plus, the Titans to get the upsets and to win between 1 to 12. We have the trio of Pep, Warbrick, and Anderson scoring tries for Melbourne. We got Souths to just outright win it in the head-to-head. My Bulldogs to win head-to-head. And then the last part of the bet is Taruva and Isaiah to score tries. A $10 bet there gets you a return of $37,751.20. So not quite the six figures that you're on. But
still, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all, Fano. That gets you... What does that get me? I would like to say that, I'd save it and do this to that, but I wouldn't. I've got to fix the car. We're definitely getting a new laptop, new phone. Might think about getting a computer as well. upgrading the system. And then I'm not going to lie, we're probably going to put 10 grand away for a trip. Probably a boys' trip. We're going somewhere, brother. I don't know where.
Yeah.
But we'll be going somewhere.
Somewhere, just anywhere. Anywhere that's not here.
Yeah.
See, that would be on. Everyone listening, just give us good vibes. Just let us win this once, man. Just let us win this once. My season sucks. My season sucks, Fano. Come on, man. Broncos ain't doing it. Chiefs choked in the bloody Super Rugby finals. The Eagles didn't even make it to the Super Bowl this season. Just, yeah, it's all around not looking good. The Philadelphia Phillies, they lost last year or this year when the last bloody, what do they call it? Well, it was this year. It was in Feb. The
World Series.
Yeah. When the Phillies lost that to the Dodgers, I think it was. Who was it that they lost to? It was the Dodgers, eh?
Oh, I can't remember.
Or was it the Texans? Fuck, it was someone. Astros? Someone. But the Phillies lost. So it's just not looking good, Fano, and we need this. We need this. So help us, help you, help us. But look, that's all from me tonight, Etefano. It's been a great episode. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us. 51 episodes. We did celebrate the Big 50. If you missed that episode, go and check that out. I think it was a great episode. Go check that one out. I think you'll have a lot of fun just listening to it. We tell mad stories, so go and check that out. Again, thank you all so much for supporting the Kaupapa. Go check out 99dreams.co.nz. Cop yourself one of these hats before they're all gone, Etefano. And yeah, that's it from me. I'm going to throw it over to Tu for the final word. Sure.
Yes, thank you as always for those listening near or far. We really do appreciate the support on the podcast. Continuing to watch us grow. We've done the first 50. We're on to the next set of 50, and we will continue to improve. But yes, thanks for the support. Anyway, I think I'm going to keep it there. Nice short episode, I think, for us. We're getting to the nitty-gritty end of the season. So we will see you next week on Tuesday, which I believe is I'm here next week. Yes, I'm here next week before I go away. So we will see you on Tuesday. We'll be doing our standard review show, and I've got the GM card this week, doing my GM mode on the Dolphins. Hey, you gave me the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, Dolphins.
So stay tuned for that. We've got an interesting take. We've already got a few things in the woodworks. Hopefully they get passed and we can see what I can do with this Dolphins. But until then, stay safe, Fano. We will see you next week. Chur to the chur, mā te wā.